Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Live Stream Saturday. We made it to the weekend. I hope you guys had a great week. And hello everybody in the chat room. Thank you for joining me, but also joining each other really early on in the live stream. I came on about half an hour before. I was running a little bit late, but I managed to set everything up in time. I hope, fingers crossed. But it looks like it is definitely ladies' night in the chat room tonight, because until I saw Kevin's name go through, it was just, like I said, ladies' night. Everyone in the house, let's have a look at you guys up on screen. So we have Mrs. Death, Leanne, Linda, Jennifer, Carla moderating in there. Thank you, Carla, for moderating, and everybody say a huge hello to Carla and the moderators just in general. A massive thank you to you guys. But also Laurie and Lethea and Jeannie and Pleasant Valley Picker, California, and Italian Carrot Red and Pamela and Karen and Corey and Linda and Carla going through again. So hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight, and I hope that your weekend has started well as well. We will be having a few more people through the door, I'm sure, and Vince is in there and Christopher, so a couple more guys coming in here. So hello Vince and Christopher as well. And I want to see if I can get the live likes up on screen, because it's gone a little bit wonky again. I don't know why that happens. It happens when I start the live stream, but then when I set it all up, it's fine. So anyway, I was going to say, you might have noticed that the corners of the live chat room on this screen are a little bit sharper than normal, because I wanted to try and get the likes on the screen to look like it was attached to the top of the screen. So I'm not sure whether I can do that. I'll have to maybe try and do that in the future while a video is playing to try and move it across. But it looks like from the screen that we're on 84 likes. We can just about make it out. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up early on in the live stream, and we'll see where we end up. And I'll have to move it across a little bit so that we can see it a bit more clearly later on in the live stream. But I'm going to be setting a number of 260 for the live stream likes tonight. Maybe last time it was 255, so we're going to increase it by 5 and see where we end up at the end of the live stream. So we're at 86 so far. I think we can just about make it out. It's just gone to 90, so thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up and getting a really early spike of the likes. Without further ado, let me get the names of my patrons up on screen as well, because they make everything possible, and they make the analysis videos, my cover videos, and just these live streams as well possible. So the names at the bottom of the screen are my patrons, so you know who you are. They also do pop up in the super chat window during these live streams as well. And speaking of which, let me get this super chat window up on screen, because there's going to be no prizes for guessing who donated very early on. As soon as I set up the live stream, Orlando gets straight in there, and he's done it again and donated $2. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, am I early again? So what? Spike the likes with the thumbs up. So thank you for that. And that was at 4:45 this morning. So thank you, Orlando. And I was still awake then. I think I just set up the live stream at that point, because unfortunately we've had 2 videos in a row that have been blocked on copyrights with the analysis videos. So it means that I have to go in and remove the copyright audio part and then do another intro, or at least edit in a bit so you guys know to click on the link. So it takes me a little bit longer, so a couple of late nights, but we got there in the end. And thank you, Orlando, for that. And while just mentioning Spike the Likes, let's get a plug of the mug in there as well, which you can pick up in the tray underneath this video, or at teespring.com. Just head over there, type in Wings of Pegasus, and you'll find all of the merchandise so you can kit yourselves out. So we had another donation from Jeannie for $5. Thank you for that, Jeannie. The message is 16 likes, smiley face. Be well, everyone, and thank you, Phil. And that was at 10 to 9 this morning. So we had 16 likes very early on. Thank you for that, Jeannie. And Lynn has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. The message is, usually I have too many words, but today just one: gratitude. So thank you, and that will be my word for this particular live stream as well, and all of the super chat donations as well. But I am just thankful that you guys join me full stop, and I've got people to talk to on these live streams. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for the donations that come in during the live streams, but also before the live streams even start. And thank you, Lynn, for that. It looks like we have a donation that came in at 10:15 this morning from Joe Guns, and this was $100, so thank you so much for that donation. And it was just a straight up donation without a message, so thank you for that, Joe Guns. And Deborah has donated $10. Thank you for this, Deborah. The message is, for anything you need, Phil, you give us so much, so thank you for that. And I'm going to have to just scroll down a little bit to make sure that I get these and don't miss anybody as well. So Fred has donated $5. Thank you for this, Fred. And the message is, hello all you regulars. And that was still at midday today, so very early on. Thank you for this, Fred. And Deborah is in the house and has donated $99.99. So thank you so much for that, Deborah. Another very kind donation. It is massively appreciated. And Deborah's message is, hi Phil, with at least 3 loyal wingers in Houston area and 2 hurricanes beating down, if responders can't make it, can you fly Might Pegasus over and pull us from the raging flood waters? We'll be waiting for you on the roof. So it looks like there is some severe weather going on over in the USA, so I hope that you guys can stay safe. And if you are affected by those hurricanes, I mean, fortunately here in the UK, we don't really get extreme weather. At the moment, it's a bit windy, but nothing like that. So I hope you guys all can stay safe. And I'm not sure that I'll be able to save anybody. I think just leave that to the professionals. It would be nice to have a Pegasus that I could fly on, but then even having said that, it'll probably take quite a while to get over to the USA. But thank you, Deborah, for that donation and for the suggestion of flying a Pegasus over to the USA. It's probably quite cold high up there as well. I'd have to keep at a low altitude, and maybe I'll be there in a few days time, maybe a week. I don't know how fast Pegasus or Pegasi fly. I've just made up the plural of Pegasus there, but thank you, Deborah, for that. And Perry has donated $20, so thank you for this, Perry. And the message is, the guy sliding on his knees saying goal. So thank you for that, Perry. I'm just going to scroll down to see, we had a couple more come in, and King Nero has donated $10. Thank you for that. The message is, I so loved your analysis of Jeff Buckley, Phil. He was an amazing talent who we lost way too soon. So amen to that. And this is something that I mentioned on the video about Jeff's technical ability playing the guitar, because fortunately one of my students wanted to learn how to play Grace, so it meant that I could jump into it and show him the techniques that are being used. And the way that it is flat picked and the way that Jeff just did it without even looking like he's thinking, it was so impressive. So luckily, sometimes I got a student who wanted to learn something that I liked myself. And yeah, it's one of those songs that for some reason, as soon as I've listened to Grace, I'm then singing it for the next 3 or 4 or 5 days, and it just sticks in my head. But you do have to hear it a few times to know where it is going. But then once you get it, it's a very interesting song to be singing, which is something that I do in my head, but not out loud, because it is a vocally demanding song. So thank you for that, King Nero. And Carl has donated $10. And the message is, usual, you know what it's for, and a little extra since I sold some prints today. Stay safe and healthy all. So thank you for that, Carl. And for the uninitiated, it's for the Cross the Pond Fund. But thank you for that. And Krista has donated $6.99. Thank you for that, Krista. And the message is, keep it up with the guy exercising and burning calories. So thank you for that, Krista. So we're going to be jumping into the first video of the night as requested over on Patreon. Thank you guys for asking for particular videos. It helps me out with these live streams and I can set them up, and then we can look at the videos that you've requested. Also in tonight's live stream, we're going to be looking at a picture of Ray showing us how to deal with a bit of cabin fever. If you are being locked in your house, then Ray's going to have a solution for you. But also, we're going to be looking at the videos as normal. I want to try and get through them. I know that in the previous live streams, we've only had a couple or maybe 3 videos, and normally I do play 4, but it's because you guys have been so amazing with donations, and I want to make sure that I get through all of those, that sometimes I'm talking for a long time, but hopefully tonight we can get through a few videos. The first of which is going to be my lyric video for Greed, and this was requested over on Patreon. So I think it was Orlando and Kevin that requested this one. So I'll be in the live chat room while this is playing, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you after. Rock! There we have it. That was my song called Greed, and that is available over at wingsofpegasus.com/store. If you want to download that song or the album as a whole, you can do that all over there. So I want to get the super chat window up on screen again because we had a little bit of action while that was playing, and as I just said in the live chat room, I've managed to fix the likes now over there, so you can see it's 134 so far. If you do get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it would be much appreciated as you come through the door, because it really does help these live streams to get out there and the channel to grow as well, just on the whole. So it would be much appreciated. We're going for 260 likes tonight. Maybe I should do another box that has a likes target in it, so we know what we're aiming for. That can be another job that I can set up to do in the future, but at the moment we've got the likes is set up, and I've tried to make it look like it's attached to the live chat room as well, so aesthetically it's okay to my eyes anyway at the moment. But let's get back into the super chat window. So over here I'm gonna have to just scroll up a little bit because I want to make sure I don't miss anybody out. And we had Krista's donation, and then Lucy came in with a $9.99 donation. Thank you for this, Lucy. And the message is, hello Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers, spike the likes. Take care everyone, keep positive and believe things will get better, with some rock horns, a heart and peace. So thank you for that, Lucy. And Jen has popped in with a $2 donation. Thank you for that. The message is, finger update, with an inquisitive face. So my finger at the moment, it seems like it's almost back to normal. Obviously, I think I'm just going to have a black nail for probably quite a long time. I don't know how long it takes nails to fall out or destroy themselves, because I think that's probably what's going to happen, because I did squash it pretty well when I injured it. So I think the nail at some point is going to fall out of my finger. I don't know how that happens and how long it takes, but for the moment it just looks like I'm going for a bit of a gothic look just with one finger. But in terms of the sensitivity and the pain, it's only very slightly painful on the outside of the finger, but for the most part, touch wood, you can just touch the acoustic guitar over there, and that is something, maybe you don't understand what I'm doing there, but we always say touch wood when you're tempting fate, and you say, oh yeah, my finger's fine, it's feeling great, and then something will fall on it and I'll go back to being injured again. So I'm saying touch wood just for that reason, but hopefully it's going to be fine. I think maybe within a few days, because it feels almost back to normal, which would be great to get back to getting the fingers on the fretboard and playing those D sus4s again. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation, Jen. And Linda has popped in with a $5 donation. Thank you for this, Linda. The message is, you have your choice of natural disasters in the US right now, Phil. Texas has hurricanes, California has bad wildfires blazing all over the state. So thank you for that donation, Linda. And it sounds like over in the USA you get such extreme weather all over the place, and I think here in the UK it's not as bad. But having said that, we've recently just come out of a heat wave where we had like 37 degrees Celsius, which was just crazy. But now it's down to about 18 or 20, which is a lot more manageable and fine. But it's just a bit windy, and it's not like a hurricane here, it's just normal wind, really, just something that can maybe just blow you to the side a little bit, but that's about it. So not quite as extreme. So I hope that everyone can stay safe over in the USA and can deal with this extreme weather that you guys are having over there. Thank you for that, Linda. And Kathleen has donated $20. Thank you for this, Kathleen. And the message is, thanks for your great music. So no problem. Thank you for listening to it in the first place, because it is much appreciated. And if you're making music and then nobody listens to it, if you enjoy it yourself, it doesn't really matter. I think you do get enjoyment and satisfaction from creating your own music and getting it to sound the way that you want it to sound, but then it's always great to get other people's feedback on your music as well. So thank you for that, Kathleen, and everybody for tuning in tonight. Amy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Amy. And the message is, good evening, Phil and fans, with some rock horns and peace. So thank you for that, Amy. And Orlando just jumped in with a donation of $10. Thank you so much for that, Orlando. And the message is, you explained once, but I need a refresher, the difference between flat tuning as opposed to standard. Examples: E flat, flat to E standard, D flat, flat to D standard, etc. So all that happens when you have flat tuning, your standard tuning that you've normally got on all of your strings, every single string goes down by one note, just a semitone. So it means that if your high E string is in standard tuning in E, you just take it down half a step, one note. We refer to it in the guitar trade as half a step, or a whole step. If you're going down 2 frets is a whole step. Half step is just 1 fret, which will be 1 note lower. So if you take every string down a half step, it means that you're taking every string down 1 note. So it means that if you go to your high E string, that's going to be going to an E flat. You just take it down 1. Hopefully that makes sense, because when you apply that to all of your strings, the B just goes down to B flat, and you want to do that for every single string. And that is just in E flat tuning. It means that you are tuned to E flat. You're not in standard, you're in E flat. And that hopefully makes a bit of sense. Another question that I had was about drop D tuning, and that is when you are in standard tuning and you just tune your low E string down to a D as a note. So effectively, you're going down a whole tone, 2 frets on your low E string for drop D tuning. And when you play that way, it means that on your low 3 strings, it makes it very easy just to bar across that fret in order to get a chord sound. You will get that sound. You might see, especially in heavier genres, D tuning down to D and just barring across those lower 3 strings, especially if you've got a lot of distortion in there. You won't need any more than that because it'll fill in the sound. But of course, because that low E string is just detuned, it means that if you squash your first finger down all the way, you obviously have to play, if you're playing, say for example, a G minor, you still have to play the rest of the strings as you normally would with your third finger and your little finger on the A string and the D string, but then you don't really have to worry too much about doing a whole chord. This is the thing, that once you start trying to play bar chords with drop D tuning, it's going to sound a bit wrong, because if you do bar as far as that low E string, it means that you are going to be fretting and it's going to sound wrong because it's not the note that it used to be, if that makes sense, because you've detuned. Anyway, I don't want to get too complicated with it, but hopefully the standard tuning and the flat tuning, the E flat tuning, hopefully that makes sense. And thank you, Orlando, for that donation and the question. Hopefully that's okay. But Marge has donated $2 as well. Thank you for this, Marge. And that's a straight up donation without a question. So thank you for that, Marge. And Mia has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Mia. And the message is, my future husband, Phil, I was just thinking about just how gorgeous our kids are going to be, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Mia, and for the kind words as well. And Deborah has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Deborah. And Deborah says Mario is in the house. So everybody say a huge hello to Mario, because that's what we do on these live streams. And it looks like I might have covered up Mario's guitar with another guitar. I can't quite see on the screen, but thank you, Mario, for sending me his gem. This is why we always say hello to Mario, because his guitars are pretty much always on screen somewhere. I know that I've got the Mater next to me here, so you won't be able to see that unless I can lean over and grab it. So here it is, and it's actually got the capo on the 7th fret, because in last night's video, I went through the whole of Hallelujah and showed everyone how to play it fingerstyle, but the video went on for ages because I just got carried away with showing people how to play it. So it meant that I cut out all of that, and also because of my little finger, I couldn't really play it properly anyway. So I cut all of that out. It's probably about 7 to 10 minutes worth. So I think that sometimes I do go on a bit with the analysis videos, especially when I get the guitar out, but that was Mario's and is Mario's guitar there, so that's what I use to demonstrate, especially on the acoustic songs. I don't think I've got the gem out a lot for the analysis videos, but on a cover or two, and also showing techniques on the fretboard. So thank you, and a big hello to Mario. So we are going to be moving forward. I just want to make sure that I don't miss anybody out here because Jeannie has just donated $5. Again, thank you, Jeannie. The message is, Phil, getting many compliments on your mask. A guy said KLOS radio in LA plays new bands and wondered if Wings of Pegasus had been on there. I plugged your website. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And I'm not sure, I can't really keep a track of the radio stations that I've been on and other ones that I haven't been on. I know that I've been on a lot of independent radio stations, so keeping a track, I'm not sure about Los Angeles. I'm not sure. I might have been played on there, but I do not know. And this is the thing. Interestingly, I had one of those emails again that came in today from a company and a publishing company saying, we're offering you the opportunity to audition, and if you are successful, we will offer you exposure and all these other things. We'll take over your publishing for you and give you everything you need to be successful in the music industry. And it's one of those things that as soon as you get an email like this for any independent musician, just alarm bells should go off, because I said to them, thank you for the offer, but I control all of my publishing myself. So it means that everything's coming to me and I'm doing okay. I'm selling my songs through my website and albums, so I'm fortunate in that I can do it all myself. And I think what tends to happen is when people see a successful artist, especially an independent one, they like to get a hold of them because they know that what they're doing is probably already successful. And if they can take your publishing rights, they are quids in. It means that you have to go to them to get your money for your own songs. So just a word of warning for independent musicians out there. If you do get emails like this, people offering you recording contracts or publishing deals, just do it all yourself. It is so much better and so much safer in the long run. And this is something that I've said. I use TuneCore. That's the company that I think do a great job with publishing and just keeping a track of everything. And you just have to pay them, I think, maybe £30 or $30 a year, and they do it all for you, and they give you all of your royalties for £30 a year. So if you are making a decent amount of money through royalties and your songs are being used, then it's definitely worth just paying $30 or £30. I'll have to check how much it is for a year, and then they will give you everything that you earn throughout that year. So anyway, that's my top tip. I thought I'd mention that just because I got another one of those emails through today. But thank you so much for that donation. And I'm going to have to scroll up here because Jeannie, thank you for that $5 donation. And also, it's great to hear that people are giving compliments on the mask as well. If you guys want to head over to teespring.com, you can pick up a Wings of Pegasus mask as well. And thank you, Jeannie, for picking up one of those. Kay has donated $5. Thank you so much for this, Kay. The message is, you analyze both Kate Bush and Tori Amos. How would you compare their musical styles? So this would be a whole analysis video, again, comparing one musician to another or one artist, because certainly they were, or certainly they are music artists, music icons, having that sound that is really similar, but I'd say vocally they've both got that control and that range in their voice where they can just suddenly flip up into head voice and hit these notes with such clarity. And I'm not going to have time to get into a real direct comparison between the two because, like I said, they are totally separate musicians and artists, but their stylizations musically and vocally are similar, but certainly the way that they utilize their vocal registers are very similar. Like I said, being able to flip up into that head voice and get those really super clean tones. But anyway, thank you, Kay, for that donation. And that is something that would take a lot longer to answer, but it is much appreciated. Perry has donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Perry. The message is, the Gulf Stream, which runs up the east coast of the States and crosses the Atlantic just south of Iceland and onto the UK, England would be frozen. So thank you for that, Perry. A little bit of geography joining in with the super chat window tonight. A little bit of factual information there. I'll have to make a note of that so that when somebody asks me about the Gulf Stream, I know exactly what's going on. But thank you for that, Perry. And Deborah has donated $4.99. Thank you so much for that, Deborah. And the message is, Mia needs to get in back of the line. I get first dibs. So thank you for that, Deborah. So we've got some kind of Wings of Pegasus queue going on here, but thank you, Deborah, for that donation and for the kind words again. And Orlando has donated $5, and the message is another question. When is it appropriate to use the whammy bar? When is its purpose? You can answer after the video. So thank you for that, Orlando. This is one of those that is quite easy to answer. You can use it whenever you want. Whenever you want to apply vibrato to your sound. When I was learning to play, I wanted to try and get the same sound with my vibrato on frets as I could with the whammy bar. So that is what I worked on, because I think that if you are in an emergency situation and you lose your whammy bar, or you're playing with a fixed bridge and you can't actually use a whammy bar, it's great to have that same expression on the fretboard. But you can use it whenever you want vibrato, whenever you want to go to a more dramatic and smoother vibrato. If you can't do that on the frets, then you can use that whammy bar. So the answer is artistically whenever you want. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Ginger Duran has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. The message is, hi Phil, I enjoyed your analysis of Leonard Cohen's performance of Hallelujah. Thanks for all you do. So thank you for that, and no problem. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It's a shame that the video got blocked, so we couldn't actually watch the performance in the video, but hopefully the link worked and you guys could watch it. I'm sure you've all seen that performance as well anyway. But yes, I mean, that was such a fantastic gig, great sound as well. Another thing to look out for in that video is the way that when the organ solo comes in, the way that is then mixed back into the sound just underneath the vocal. That is such a great sound, and that was at the O2 in London. So it was such a well-attended whole event, as always was the case with Leonard Cohen. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation. And Mia has donated $2 again. And the message is, Deborah, no need to. Phil knows I'm madly in love. Laughed out loud. So thank you for that, Mia. And moving swiftly on, we have another donation from Jen, who has donated $5. Thank you for this, Jen. And there's some pictures, and I'm not sure what those are, but it looks like maybe something and then a laughing face. So thank you for that, Jen. We are going to be moving into the next video, and this is going to be my cover of Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News. And this is one of those songs that I think is tightly tied in with the Back to the Future movies, being on the soundtrack and all that kind of stuff. So it's probably inevitable that at some point I was going to cover this. But I hope you guys do enjoy this. It's going to be a request coming in from Kevin over on Patreon. So thank you for that. And it's because I am playing the drums, but very briefly in this video, so a little bit of drum action. I'll be in the live chat room while this is playing, and I'll see you guys in there. If you get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated. We're aiming for 260 likes on tonight's live stream. We will see where we end up by the end of the night. But at the moment, let's have a look. We are at 185. So thank you everyone who has hit that thumbs up so far. And if there's anybody that hasn't hit it so far, we can hit that thumbs up during this video and see where we are afterwards. So I'll see you guys after this. Rock! we have it. And I'm not sure what happens at the end of that video, so I thought I'd just cut it off to get straight back into the live stream. But thank you, Kevin, for requesting that one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, a little bit of drum action on that one, but I think I only set it up from one angle, so I could only cut to that front on part. I'll have to maybe try and do something in the future where if I do get time to do another cover at some point, we can get a little bit more of the drum kit in there. But anyway, just to get the super chat window up on screen, because we had a little bit of action in there, and we've just flicked over to 200 likes, so thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up. 201, they are rolling in, so we're looking for 59 more people before the end of the live stream in order to hit the target for tonight's live stream. And the Saturday night live stream tends to get a little bit more in terms of the target. Like I said, 255 is what we set on Tuesday. And thank you as well to the catch-up crew who also watched this. If you are watching this on catch-up later on, thank you for watching it and for hitting that thumbs up as well before, because the catch-up crew have been responsible for us making the like goal before. So thank you so much for that, guys. But we are live at the moment, so we've got the live chat room squad who we are relying on tonight in order to hit that thumbs up, and it looks like we've just clocked over to 210. So that was a quick ascension to 210. We'll see where we get. We're 50 people away, 49 people away. But anyway, let me go back into the super chat window because we have had a donation from Linda again. Thank you for this, Linda, and it's for $10. The message is, when you cut out parts of your videos because you feel you've talked too long, are those parts actually deleted, never to be seen again, or do you still have some of them? So what happens is I just start recording and then I'll do the analysis video, and obviously it's unedited, so it means I'll talk for a long time and I'll analyze lots of different things. I'll sometimes get the guitar out, and that original file is stored on my hard drives, or at least my external hard drives, the ones that I just go through. This is probably why, because when I'm talking for a very long time, all of that footage is still saved. So it meant that if somebody said, right, I want to have all of the footage from all of your analysis videos, then they are on the hard drive somewhere. So there's probably thousands of hours of extra footage that I don't actually put into the videos because I cut them down to, well, I aim for 15 minutes, sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's 25 minutes, sometimes it's even longer than that, depending on how much I talk about, and especially when I'm covering an artist who has had a long and successful career and I cover the background, then that can start to go on for a little bit longer. So the short answer to that question is all of the footage from that original analysis is or will be on my hard drives. It's then just finding it and going through it. But if, for example, a TV company said, right, we want to do all of your analysis videos and re-edit them, I've got all the raw footage that they can just go away and do that if they want to. But at the moment, I do aim for 15 to 20 minutes, even though it does go on a little bit longer than that sometimes. But thank you so much for that donation, Linda. And I just look over to the screen and Linda has disappeared because of the other donations that have come in. So thank you for this. And Orlando has donated $5 again, and the message is, thank you for bringing me back to my middle school days in the 1980s. Have you done analysis videos of Huey Lewis and the News? And I don't think they have been requested yet. So it would be a nice analysis to do, because I obviously already know a bit about Huey Lewis and the News, and also it's right up my street with the style of music, so it would be cool. So if that is a request, I can put it on the list, and I will definitely get to it in the future, but the list is very long at the moment, but you can't beat a bit of Huey Lewis and the News. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Italian Carrot Red has donated $9.99, and the message is, because you only live once, or YOLO as it's written. So thank you so much for that donation. And Velvet Joy Vanderslice has donated $10. So thank you for that. And thank you also for joining me over on Patreon. This is something that's happened over on Patreon. I know that recently they said that messages and some of the comments are taking time to come through, and I've seen that there have been a few more patrons who've joined me over on Patreon, and it only just showed up tonight, even though I think that might have happened on Wednesday. So I will message you guys over, or new patrons over on Patreon after this video. It just popped up before the live stream as it came through as a notification. So apologies for that, but thank you Velvet Joy Vanderslice for joining me over there as well. The message is, wow, the amount of estrogen flying around in this room is absolutely dangerous. Be careful, Phil, that we all don't become your secret cyber stalkers. Laugh my ass off. Take care, love. So thank you for that. And I hope you enjoyed my attempt at an American accent there. That's why I don't try and do accents. But thank you for that. And Mia has donated again $2. Thank you for that. The message is, Phil, I'm in London on Wednesday. Supper on me, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Mia. And thank you for the offer as well. But I think everybody on the channel knows that I'm in here doing a new video every single night. So I literally don't have time to go out anywhere, because I start my research for the videos at 5:30. So it's not even dinner yet. And then I go through till about 3 in the morning. And if it gets blocked, maybe later than that. So it's almost a 12-hour deal. So unfortunately, I'm literally booked every night for my foreseeable life into the future. We will see what happens. But thank you for that offer, Mia. And King Nero has donated $5. Thank you for this. The message is, here's to someday doing a Go-Go's analysis. The 80s wouldn't be the 80s without them. So thank you for that donation and the request as well. And Kevin has donated $2, and the message is, in the USA we say knock on wood with some rock horns. So that must be the same as our touch wood. So knock on wood is the American version. So thank you for that, Kevin. And I think I might have heard that somewhere before, maybe in a movie at some point. But thank you for telling me that. Maybe I can say that so people know what I'm on about in the future. Kay has donated $5. Thank you for this, Kay. And the message is, how does one switch from chest voice to head voice? What happens to your vocal cords and breathing? So the easy way to explain this is, you shouldn't, or at least you should be able to go from your chest voice into your head voice. It's only when you make a sudden flip over into head voice that you start to hear a bit of a yodel. And this is the difference between joining your chest voice and your head voice and then allowing it to flip over. Generally, what happens with guys is that they will start singing, and when they try and get higher in their chest voice, they either force their voice up higher and then strain, or they flip over into head voice and you'll hear a little yodel happen in there. Whereas because I learned to sing from scratch, I've only ever joined my chest voice with my head voice. So I've never been able to get that vocal break that I think a lot of people try and eradicate their vocal break in order to get from their chest voice into their head voice. But I've never had that. So it's not something that I can do vocally. I could probably work on doing it, but so many people work at trying to get rid of their vocal break that I think if I started to try and do it, what if now I can't access my head voice without flipping over and having that yodel sound? So especially for my style of music, it wouldn't work if I went into a yodel with the higher part of my range. So in order to switch from chest voice to head voice, you don't have to do anything. You just have to maybe make sure that the resonance is going up higher into your head. And I would demonstrate it, but I don't want to totally ruin everybody's night or maybe deafen you. But if I did a very quick example here, I'm in chest voice. So if I went, and I go up and go, and get really loud, that kind of nasty, high, trebly sound, that is actually head voice. Obviously, it doesn't sound like singing at the moment, But going up into that sound, and you'll find that you need to start applying pressure to your diaphragm in order to get up to that range. But when you get up there, you're joining your chest voice with your head voice rather than flipping over to that nasty sound over the top. And when you do get up to your higher range, I mean, I'm talking to guys here really, that you have to try and thin out the sound and try and keep the tone bright, and then you'll be able to get through it. But anyway, now that I've probably deafened everybody and shown you the nasty tone that you probably need to get in order to get up there to begin with in your head voice, let's move on to the next donation. Thank you guys for all of these donations. And the message is, and I'm going to have to scroll up here and make sure that I don't miss any. So thank you for this. And Leanne has donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, you're a great human being. Thanks for sharing yourself with all of us, with a heart. So thank you for that, Leanne. Just a quick point about singing and going up into your head voice. Don't do it unless you've warmed up. I obviously haven't warmed up, so I shouldn't really be doing that anyway. But you want to go through maybe about 10 to 15 minutes of warming up, taking your voice from your lower range gradually higher, probably with lip rolls, which I've demonstrated before, but when you go, you want to do that and gradually build up to that head voice space. Don't do what I just did because it's probably not good for you vocally, but I just wanted to show you guys what the head voice sounds like when compared to the chest voice where I speak. It's obviously higher and a thinner and nastier sound, which is what you want to aim for to begin with. But anyway, thank you so much, Leanne, for that donation. And Karen is in the house as well and has donated $5. Thank you for this. The message is, hi Phil, I appreciate your talent and dedication to your craft. I'd love to see your Bon Jovi cover with you and the talented Cena. Rock on, Karen. So thank you for that. And yes, this is something that we will play in the future. Maybe I can get that in at the next live stream. And thank you, Lynn, who has donated $50. Thank you so much for that. The message is, I have to buy more socks. You knocked them all off and I can't find them anywhere. Not complaining. So thank you for that, Lynn, and the kind words. And Mia has donated $2 and the message has been deleted by Carla. So thank you, Mia, and thank you, Carla, for moderating. I don't know what the message was, of course, but thank you for that. I think this is just the thing that we do like to keep it community based on the live streams. So as long as it's something that is along those community guidelines, then it's fine. But thank you for the moderation and the donation, me as well. And Terry has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this. The message is, my wife has most of the 45 records of Jerry and the Pacemakers. I think the lead singer had a fantastic voice. Is he still around and performing? So thank you for that, Terry. And that is a good question. I'm trying to think of a Jerry and the Pacemakers analysis that I've done. I'm trying to rack my brains to think whether I've actually covered them or not. But we will see. I'll have to have a little check. But I will look into that for you, Terry, to see if they are on the channel. And accessing that information off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but I will look into that, and maybe I can do that during the next video. But thank you for that donation, Terry. And Linda has donated $5 as well, and it looks like that is a straight up donation, so thank you for that, Linda. And we are going to be jumping into the next video, so thank you everybody for joining me tonight. We're up to 225 likes, so we'll see if we can get a spike of the likes. If you haven't hit that thumbs up already, it would be massively appreciated. And a quick plug of the mug as well. I didn't even mention I've got the Wings of Pegasus t-shirt on as well. So I am fully merchandised up. And let me actually get Ray up on screen, because I said that after the cover that I show, we should have the segment where otherwise I forget to do this. So we're going to get the background involved there, and we are going to get the picture of Ray up on screen. Hopefully, it might fill up all of the screen. Here we go. So here is Ray, obviously doing a little bit of curing of cabin fever, getting the microphone out. She's also kitted out in the Wings of Pegasus merchandise. She's got on the t-shirt, she's got on the mask as well. She's probably hitting some fantastic notes in head voice there, and has also uploaded the logo to the picture as well. So thank you for this, Ray, and for uploading this to the Facebook page. And you guys, if you want to upload anything to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, you can do, and just type in the Wings of Pegasus supporters on Facebook and you'll be able to find that page, and then you can find where everybody is uploading these pictures. But thank you so much for this, Ray, and some great singing going on there. And anything that people can do to stay sane in these crazy times is all good. So we are going to be moving into this next video, but thank you again, Ray, for uploading that. And also thank you, Vince, for letting me know that when the new pictures are up on the Facebook group, on that Wings of Pegasus supporters group, because it makes it a lot easier for me to find them, because sometimes when they're in separate feeds and in comments as well, it is a little bit more difficult. But thank you for that. So quick shout out to Neil as well in the live chat room moderating. So thank you, Neil, for joining tonight, and just a massive shout out again to all of the moderators. We've got Laurie, Carla, and Neil who do such a great job on these live streams. So thank you guys. So we are up to 233 likes. We are going to jump into this video. We'll see where we are at the end of this video. It means that we're looking for 27 likes, I think, if my maths is correct. We're trying to get to 260 on tonight's live stream, but we will see where we end up. So we're going to be jumping into this. It's going to be the lyric video for Haunted as requested by Mario. So thank you for this, Mario, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Rain falls outside my
we have it. That was my song called Haunted. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And you can pick that up at wingsofpegasus.com/store, as you can with all of the original songs that I play on these live streams. So we're going to be jumping back into the super chat window because we had a little bit of action in there. But before we do, 246 likes is where we are at. So thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up. We are looking for another 14 people in the live chat room to see if you haven't used your thumbs up token yet. It would be much appreciated if you could. Maybe we'll get a spike of the likes at almost 1 a.m. already here in the UK. So thank you everyone for doing that so far. We'll see if we can make it to the end of the live stream with 260 likes or maybe more. So we're going to be jumping into this super chat window. Let's have a little look up. I want to make sure I don't miss any. So, oh, by the way, Terry asked if there was a Jerry and the Pacemakers analysis video, and yes, there is. It was about a year ago because I just had a quick look on my YouTube studio page in order to find it. So you can find it up there, and it is something that obviously I think maybe about a year ago. I kind of lose track with where I am and what month it is, because sometimes, because it's just a daily process that I'm going through, every day starts blending into the next day, and it's good to have these live streams just to break up my week a little bit so that I know it's a Tuesday and I know that it's a Saturday. But it's just something that I like to interact with you guys as well. Of course, in a live setting, it really helps to break up the analysis videos. But anyway, just to mention that there is a Jerry and the Pacemakers video here, and Jerry Marsden, I think, was performing up until, I don't think he's performing anymore, maybe towards the end of the last decade, maybe he retired, but you can look that up. I'm sure that I get into all of the details and double check all of the facts in my videos, so I don't think Jerry is performing anymore, but thank you, Terry, for that donation and the question as well. Just to let you know, you can maybe search for that after this live stream and watch that particular analysis video. But anyway, thank you for that. And Linda then donated $5. Thank you for this, Linda, and that's a straight up donation. And King Nero has donated $5, and thank you for that. The messages request: please sometime try Walk Don't Run by The Ventures sometime. I bet you would nail it. So thank you for the kind words, and this is something for the future. I think when I do get more time in order to do things, then I might be able to get back to the covers, but at the moment it's just me doing everything. And I think 146,000 subscribers on the channel now, so a lot of emails, a lot of messages, a lot of comments, so it does take me all day pretty much just to keep up with everything. But if I do start to free up some time in the future, that would be cool to get back to just doing a few covers or maybe one here or there. So Abby has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Abby. The message is: hi Phil, I would love to have a tank top version of your t-shirt. Do you think you could do one of those? So thank you for that. And this is all going to be on Teespring in terms of the merchandise that I do. If there is demand for a particular type of merchandise, then I can organize that and get it sorted. I think some things are called speciality items, which means that it takes a lot longer to design it, and I know that the zip up hoodie is one of those that takes a long time because it's different panels and you have to email them for the speciality product. It isn't just something that you can just give them your logo and then they put it on it. You have to give them lots of different measurements and different panels, and yeah, it's a bit complicated for the zip up hoodies. So if they are speciality items, it can take a little bit longer to organize, but pretty much I'm sure tank tops might be something that are just a case of like a t-shirt, just setting it up that way. But I can look into it. If they are popular, make sure that you go over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters page on Facebook, because I think Ray is doing a bit of a, I don't know what you call it really, a voting system in order to, or a poll I guess is the word for it, in order for people to vote or at least say what they want to have on the Teespring site as merchandise, and whatever comes top of that poll, then I can get on and organise that over there. And thank you, Ray, for that, by the way, as well. So we are going to be moving on. I think as well. Linda has donated again, $5, and again $5 after that. So thank you for that, Linda, double donation. And Mario has donated $200. So thank you so much for that, Mario. Another crazy donation, but it is much appreciated. The message is, thank you for this awesome song, Phil. And another awesome live stream fella with some smiley faces. So thank you for that. And Linda has donated $5 again. So thank you for this, Linda, for donating so many times. And Lucy has donated $4.99. So thank you for this, Lucy. The message is, good night, morning, y'all. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sane. Great stream as always. Spike the likes. Hope I will be able to join Tuesday. So thank you for that, Lucy. And if you are off now, have a great night or a great morning. Probably, I'm assuming, a great night. Maybe an afternoon. I'm not sure what the time is in Texas. But thank you for that donation, Lucy. And we are going to be jumping into the final video of the night, and just a quick update, 263 likes. So the live chat room squad have made the target tonight. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. If you are in the catch-up crew, you can still hit that thumbs up. It really does help the live streams to get out there and for the channel to grow as a whole. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. And we're going to be jumping into the final video of the night. And this is going to be my live version of Art Not Commerce. This was requested again over on Patreon, and I think it was Marilyn who asked for this one. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll be in the live chat room again. I'll see you guys after, and we can just have the victory lap after this is finished, considering that we reached the amount of likes for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Tell me what's right, but I will make my own way.
And there we have it. So that was my song called Art Not Commerce, being played at the live stream gig. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I am going to get the super chat window, or at least jump in there before we finish, because we had a few more donations. So thank you for this. And Vince has donated $10. Thank you for that, Vince. Again, the message is, Phil, passing along a message from Diane to Gig in the live chat. Can you do a zip hoodie with the design on the back and then spike the likes on the right side in smaller letters? So it might be possible. I'll have to design, or maybe I could use the design that's on the mug for the spike the likes part, but I've still got to get into it. It's something that I just haven't had time to get into the details of organizing it, because you have to send, or at least do the request to Teespring, and then they get back to you and you send them the images, and maybe it's vector images, I'm not sure. We might be able to get away with just a standard image file like a PNG or something, so I'll have to look into that. With the design on the back, if that's what people want, then I can do that. I think when you're wearing a hoodie and the hood is down, it might cover the logo at the back, but if people can deal with that and it's not a big issue, then you guys can have the logo on the back if you want. But it is something that I'm going to have to look into. If there is just massive demand for a zip hoodie, or a zipped hoodie, however you describe it, then I will start to look into that in a little bit more depth and try and get some time in order to do that. So thank you for that, Vince, and also Diane to Gig for that question. And Deborah has donated $9.99, and thank you for that. It's just a straight up donation. And Linda has donated $5, and the message is, thank you for that, Linda. The message is, looks like another one with the same name is in the house but has a different spelling. Feel free to call me Linda Z to tell us apart if you want. So thank you for that, Linda. And in the UK, we would say Linda Z. So it doesn't sound quite as good or flow or just roll off the tongue as well as Linda Z. So let me know whether you prefer the Linda Z or the Linda Z, and I will call you that or the other, depending on what you prefer. So thank you for that, Linda. And Ray has just jumped in with a $50 donation. Thank you so much for that, Ray. And the message is, would you consider posting the 7 to 10 minutes of the Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah analysis video that you cut out? So thank you for that, Ray. And it is something that I can do. Maybe I can put it on Patreon at some point. I think obviously I'm going to have to put it into Final Cut Pro 10 and then render it, so it might take a little bit of time in order to get that out there, but it is something that I can do in the future. And it's just finding that original, the whole raw video file. It should still be near the top somewhere on the hard drive, because it is such a recent analysis. So thank you for that, Ray. But what I'll do is I try and find it and I'll cut it out, even if I just cut it out and make it not a public video on YouTube, but I'll put it over on Patreon. So if you are looking to find what the chords are for the song, then you guys can watch it over there. So thank you for that, Ray, and the donation as well. And Diane to Gig has donated $9.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, thank you, Vince, and thank you, Phil, for a great live stream. So no problem, and thank you guys for joining me. Let's have a quick look into the live chat room before we finish. Just quickly, Linda has jumped in there with a $2 donation in the super chat window saying Z is good. So Linda Z from now on. And Orlando has just donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, may Frankie Benali, Quiet Riot, rest in peace. Hashtag cancer sucks with a sad face. So thank you for that, Orlando, and amen to that as well, that sentiment. And just, we're going to have a look into the live chat room just to finish with. We'll see who's in there. We have got Orlando just going through there. Jeannie, Deborah, Laurie, and Mary, and Mario's still in there as well. Frank, and Ray, and Laurie, and Lynn, and Leanne, and Terry's still in there as well. Linda, Sally, and Louis, and Elaine, Mary. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. As always, I'm going to be back on Tuesday night with another live stream, same time, same place. I'm going to be in the comments section of the videos, as always, the analysis videos. Actually, I've totally forgotten to tell you something, but I always say, or I used to say, about myself and Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult trying to sort our diaries out in order to get Buck on the channel, and we haven't managed to get there yet, but I've been speaking to Buck this week, and hopefully we are going to do something in October. So Buck Dharma will be on the channel in October, and we have now set that as a target that we're definitely going to do it. So that was something that I wanted to mention earlier in the live stream, but I forgot to do it. So you guys hopefully will have that to look forward to, and it'll be great just to chat with Buck on the channel, because it's also, I think, a nice change to have the guitarists that I have featured in the past up on the channel as well, and just hear their point of view. So that is something that we can get stuck into in October. And by the way, that is when the new album comes out, Blue Oyster Cult. So Buck will be able to talk about that as well. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'll probably mention that again sometime in the future when everybody's in the middle of the live stream. I just forgot to mention it on this one. So I will be back on Tuesday night. I'm going to be in the comment section as always for the analysis videos up until Tuesday as well, and I'm always over on Patreon. Thank you patrons for your support. If you want to get involved yourselves over on Patreon, head to this page, patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. I'm headed over there now immediately after this live stream, and if you want to head over to the after party over on Facebook, you can do Wings of Pegasus supporters group. Just join up with that, and you can join in with everybody over there from the live chat room. That's where they all go after this, and Vince hosts that after party. So a huge thank you for joining me tonight, and for the donations as well, and just for spending time on the channel, hitting the thumbs up and the subscribe button. It is massively appreciated. So I will see you guys on Tuesday night live, and in the comment section as always, stay safe, wear your masks if you can, stay isolated, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday and in the comment section, and hopefully everything will be fine. We'll get through. Hopefully the weekend will last a little bit longer, but we'll get through Monday as well, and I'll see you live on Tuesday. Have a great day, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are, and I'll catch you guys later. Rock!